Rhino Thomas Massey get kicked out and ousted by the Republican Party in Kentucky. And look, some people like Thomas Massey. Personally, I did like him for a certain amount of time. However, Thomas Massey turned into a complete rhino. And yes, some people are going to cite the statistic that 96% of the votes of Thomas Massey were pro-Trump, pro-Republican votes. He voted with the Republican Party. But when you look at the biggest pieces of legislation, like the Big Beautiful Bill, which was the single most biggest piece of legislation Donald Trump has done in his second term so far, and it was basically all of Trump's agenda packed into one. When you saw that Thomas Massey was the only Republican not to support that bill and try and go against Trump, then you can understand why Trump is constantly frustrated. Trump needs loyalists in the Congress. He needs people that he can trust to continue his agenda with him instead of trying to get media publicity behind him. This has nothing to do with Israel. This has nothing to do with I don't even think, this has anything to do with Epstein. I think this is really just all a, sign that rhinos like Thomas Massey, who again didn't vote for the major changes Donald Trump wanted, they're not going to gain political power. Well, now MSNOW is trying to claim that because of this somehow MAGA divide, there will be a resurgence of Democrats in Kentucky. Let's take a look.
This week, President Donald Trump showed he still has a firm grip on the Republican base, helping take down one of his most outspoken GOP critics, Congressman Thomas Massey, in the Kentucky House primary. But the general election could be a different story, and Kentucky Democrats believe that the political winds may be shifting in their favor. The state has already shown it can elect Democrats statewide, twice sending Andy Beshear to the governor's mansion. Now, with Senator Mitch McConnell stepping aside, Democrats see an opening. The two-time Senate nominee, Charles Booker, says this race could be the first time Kentucky voters send a Democrat to the U.S. Senate in the 21st century. Joining us now is Democratic nominee for Kentucky's U.S. Senate seat, Charles Booker.
Mr. Booker, thank you so much for coming to the weekend. This is the third time that you've run for this seat, second time as the nominee. In the last general election against Rand Paul, you lost by about 23.6%. Why should voters in your state, why should donors in your state and otherwise believe that this time is different?
Well, first of all, it's an honor to be with you. And you're right. This feels like Rocky III for me. We've been building something truly special. We have one of the most amazing coalitions that you will see in modern political history. And we've laid the foundation for inspiring a new map. People who voted for Trump that have given up, people who have never voted before. There's a growing independent base here. And this campaign is a testament to them. Now, we have been grassroots from the start. This is funded by the people, it's powered by the people. But because we've been organizing for years, we've built a lot of trust. And that's why a lot of Kentuckians are standing with me now. This is a testament to how you organize, not just during the election cycle, but all year round. And I'm asking everyone watching, join us in winning a race that's rooted in the people. Go to charlesbooker.org, because this is the type of victory we need in this country at this moment.
Well, Mr. Booker, in order to win, you're going to have to beat Republican Congressman Andy Barr. He's getting a lot of backlash for a campaign ad where he tells Kentuckians, quote, "It's not a sin to be white." Watch this.
You know what DEI really stands for? Dumb, evil indoctrination. Woke liberals spew it, corporate losers fall for it. But thanks to Trump, America is rejecting that trash. And I'm leading the fight to end it for good. I'm Andy Barr. It's not a sin to be white. It's not against the law to be male. And it shouldn't be disqualifying to be a Christian. I'm Andy Barr, and I approve this message to give woke liberals something else to cry about.
I actually think that's a wonderful ad. I don't understand the issue. Look, under Biden and under the DEI CRT agenda, there has been this constant theme of just because there's disparity among different racial groups, there's discrimination. And that has caused people to disenfranchise themselves from their whiteness, from their Christianness, from their maleness. Look, no one cares about your race. No one cares about your religion. Our country is not racist anymore. You have to move on with your life. Focus on the real issues, the cultural issues. If disparity always created discrimination, then we wouldn't have groups like the Jewish people, who obviously have been discriminated, who almost have been genocided, really, and almost successfully in the Holocaust. They have been discriminated for ages and centuries. However, they, by only making up 0.002% of the world's population, they control 2.2% of the world's wealth. So clearly, they are not discriminated against. And I mean, they have been discriminated and oppressed against, and they still are successful. Asian Americans, same exact thing. They are among the richest demographic of Americans, and they obviously have been discriminated against. We had a whole Chinese Exclusion Act in our country's history. So look, disparity doesn't always equal discrimination. And when you look at the root causes, which are usually cultural, and in this case cultural, then you can actually solve the issues. But, Democrats are refusing to do that.
Okay, that was my first time seeing that ad in full. My breath has been taken away. I am bereft of words.
What is
your reaction to that?
Well, good Lord. He knows enough to be ashamed of himself, but he doesn't care enough to do anything different because he's sold out.
He should be ashamed of himself because he said it's not a sin to be white. Like, what is this? Why? What is it a sin to be white?
Trying to get close to a man in Donald Trump who cares only about himself, and he's weaponizing hate, racism, the playbook. We're tired of that BS. People see through it. They're laughing at him because they know he's a fraud. But more importantly, they're looking for leaders who actually care about us, not the politics of hate, not the greed and the investments in people like Elon Musk, but actually investing in the people of Kentucky, because we're hurting, man. We've been one of the poorest states in the country. We've been screwed over my entire life. Mitch McConnell was elected when I was 2 weeks old, and Andy Barr is the reincarnate of that same type of corruption, and we're done with that. And so while they're trying to sow hate, we're leaning into love. We're leaning into the power of family. We're standing up for community, from the hood to the holler. Literally, there's a reason that folks who had Trump signs in their yards put Booker signs beside them, because they see me as a voice that's fighting to meet their needs. Medicare for all, true living wages, make sure that no one has to ration their medicine to put food on the table. So while my opponent, Andy Barr, tries to sell us out and sow hate, we're going to beat that and stand up for democracy and up for humanity.
Mr. Booker, I'm wondering, when you're looking at the margins by which Congressman Massey lost to Ed Gallrain by, what makes you believe that you can actually pick up MAGA voters?
Well, one, it's already happening. And I know that we have a very incredible and historic coalition, and I'm honored to be a part of it. It's not partisan, because whether you're Democrat, Republican, Independent, we're all getting screwed. But I know there's more work to do. And the truth of the matter is, we're standing firm in integrity to call out the same types of corruption that Thomas Massey did, in saying that people like Andy Barr want to protect the Epstein files instead of protecting our children. But at the same time, we're standing up against the politics of hate and division at a time when people are really hurting and they're looking for real change. And so the question about
But not even Epstein was a message that was able to put Massey over the edge.
Well, one of the differences between Thomas Massey and I is that I'm not trying to get close to Donald Trump. There's no way to play both sides. And while he also called out Trump for a lot of corruption, he still tried to hold his hand at the same time. And nobody's buying that. And we know that there is a lot of dark money, bad money in politics.
George Soros, how he funded the entire Democrat Party, how he funded the Antifa protests. Yeah, there is a lot of dark money in politics. I agree.
Seeing it here, Elon Musk put $10 million into the Senate race, into a guy that dropped out to try to support Trump's agenda. People are tired of that. And we know we have work to do, which is why we're on the ground. We're doing a lot of storytelling. We're doing mutual aid. We're building community. This is not about vote for me because of my party affiliation. And I say every time, I'm a type 1 Democrat. I'm a type 1 diabetic, rather, and my insulin doesn't care about my party. So we have to get to speaking to people where they are. We're doing that, and that's why we're going to win.
Charles Booker running an uphill battle up in Kentucky. Thank you so much for coming to the weekend, sir.
Anyways, guys, please subscribe to this channel. You see how crazy the left-wing media is. By supporting this channel, you allow me to reach more and more people, moderates, independents, everyone, to show that the Democrats are disillusioned with the right, with the Americans as a whole. Comment down below your thoughts on this video and what you thought about this guy who literally apparently said that, you know, Andy Barr should be ashamed of the fact that he said it's not a sin to be white. I mean, I find that ridiculous. Anyways, guys, subscribe down below and comment and